third one of these. I fucking love aspartame. Now I look like I don't even lift, because I don't even lift, but this shirt is a more aesthetic colour. A few weeks ago, I did a post on Instagram asking you guys to ask me some questions, ask for a Q&A. I'm telling you now, this isn't going to be a normal vlog, this isn't a normal full day of eating, this isn't a trolling video or anything like that. This whole video is just going to be a Q&A, so it's going to be me answering the questions that you guys have asked me. If you're not interested in the Q&A, stop now, don't bother watching it, and then I'll see you next week for a regular upload. Probably the one that a lot of you new subs want to hear the most. Are you going to do more Omegle videos? Yes, but I'm fat. I'm a fat cunt at the moment. So if I took my shirt off to girls, then probably every single one would probably just skip next. I'll try and record one next week. I'll see what happens. I'll try and make an Omegle video. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it does work, you're getting another Omegle video. You're getting the last one before I bulk. Kind of where I want to go with this channel and what I do as well is I want to keep doing the vlogs and the shit like that and the helpful content, but I also want to do more trolling and more stuff with girls and more taking my fucking clothes off and just being generally aesthetic in public. Bringing in the bulk. My god, my arm looks small like that. Then I'm going to cut down, and then the trolling, the Omegle, the speaking to girls, and all that public kind of embarrassment stuff is going to go fucking wild. So don't you worry, you just got to be patient and wait for it. What do you listen to on your podcasts? Okay, so I said in the last video that I get up at 6 AM, I go for like a half an hour long walk. Shredded by Science, Mindset of Muscle, and Gary Vee. Those are the three main ones that I listen to on the iTunes, Apple podcast thing. And then RSD Motivation, RSD Tyler on YouTube and SoundCloud, I think it is. Airborne Ollie on Snapchat, and Grenade J, Jamie Alderton. They have solid Snapchats and they are motivational, inspirational, and basically really get you thinking. Troy B asks, where did you get your box full of protein bars? Oh, well, bro, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. Jack Daniels asks, how much do you spend a month on protein bars? Probably only about £15. There's a little kid in the window like staring at me like, what's this guy doing? He's crazy. Look, he's got a camera. Is he filming some weird webcam porno thing? Sponsored by Muscle Food, which helps me out so much. Sapillo216 asks, since when did you begin to go to the gym? Just trained abs and arms, like didn't train legs, didn't train anything like that. Did the classic, I want to get abs, I want to get girls kind of thing. Did that for the first 2 years, then got really ill, and then about 2 to 3 years ago is when I first started to properly take it seriously. So probably, I'd say proper training 3 years, altogether 5 years. What's the lowest you drop carbs when cutting? Okay, on my prep before my competition, the lowest that I dropped carbs was 200 grams. Didn't go below 200 grams once. And then like on normal days, that'd be a low carb day as well. On normal days I was on 300 grams and then it just varied from between 200 and 300 grams. So some people like to completely remove carbohydrates. I think that's a real stupid idea unless you're using drugs, because you're gonna lose a lot of muscle. Carbs save muscle, they spare muscle. I believe it's about finding a good balance. Tom Stockton asks, can you recommend any good sites to buy calves from? Bro, I don't know if you've seen my calves, but I haven't actually got any legs at the moment, so if you find anyone that does calf implants, hit me up, get in touch, and I'll be more than happy with that. Amos Skywalker asks, have you ever tried a push-pull routine? Yes, I'm going to be doing one on this bulk coming up in a few weeks, and I did one on my last bulk as well. Tommy Swiss, any tips for teen lifters? That's an incredibly broad question. Only thing I can say is, probably the main one is, when you bulk, don't think of it as like a cheat season, think of it as like a cut with more carbs. So basically you're just having more carbs from good sources and not eating all that shit. Alright, if you can't get any size, then maybe you want to do a bit of a dirty bulk, but I wouldn't recommend it. I am Elvis01 asks, how tall are you and what are your bicep size and how long have you been going to the gym? Well, already asked that, been going to the gym, training properly about 3 years. I'm 5'11" and my biceps at the moment are like 15.5, man. They used to be, I think it was like pushing 16.5 when I was bulked, but staying lean, staying shredded isn't good, so I've lost about an inch. Shivorone Shaka Fit. Shivorone Shaka Fit? Is that right, Shivorone? Or whatever your name is. What are your thoughts on treat meals or cheat meals? Do you think they are necessary or not? I don't really have them, but I've been told lots of different things by people and how they help when cutting down. Curious on what you think. Alright, well, cheat days I think are a big no-no unless you just really want to cut loose and you don't really care. Like if you're bulking, you could potentially have a cheat day. Cheat meals, on the other hand, yes, I do think they're important. Quite commonly, people have cheat meals when they refeed, when they're in a calorie deficit, when they're cutting, they have these cheat meals. And basically what they do is it just kind of sorts out all the hormones again. So when you're cutting, you're going to be low on a hormone called leptin. You don't have a lot of leptin, you're going to feel like shit. You have a lot of leptin, you're happy. Cheat meals are good, but they're good in moderation. You don't want to be having one every other day or something like that if your goal is to stay fairly lean. I'd say around once a week and just put a cap on it. They're incredibly important for psychological health. Like if you're dieting all the time, constantly thinking about food all the time, you could easily like get an eating disorder or slip into some weird shit like that. So just be conscious about it. Intense Swede asks, are you straight or gay? Straight. Definitely straight. There. Mr. Morgan Williams, how do you juggle uni work, gym and partying? All about preparation. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. So I plan my days in advance. Everything I do is planned. All about preparing, all about planning your day and all about utilizing your time wisely. So I've cut out things like TV, kind of pointless recreational things that I don't get anything from. And basically I get up at 6 in the morning, go for a walk for half an hour, write down, here's a list of everything that I needed to do today and that I'm doing today. Planning my days properly allows me to do all these things that I do, and it's just really getting the most out of your time. I'm so poor I can't even afford a gym membership. I work out at home with a folding bench, free weights, etc. Any tips on cheap supplement, gym gear, equipment, etc.? Well, after you've actually brought all the gym equipment that you need, it's probably going to be the same price as joining a gym. You can join commercial gyms for a tenner, so that's 120 quid a year. That 120 quid for 1 year is going to be the same cost as an Olympic bar and a couple of weights. So I'll just have a look for cheap commercial gyms first of all. There's always free codes that you can use as well. Other than that, in terms of any tips, find someone that can get supplements at trade price. Get a friend that's a personal trainer or something like that. Get them to set up a trade account. So what that means is basically you get supplements for the same price that the store gets them in. Gym gear, second hand, that's all I can say really. Dimitrast Sour Apas. How many times a week should I train? You could easily make good gains, make good progress just doing a push-pull leg split, training 3 times a week if you wanted to. But if you're really serious about making gains, if you want to optimize the gains that you can make, and if you want to sacrifice that time for your goals, then training every muscle group twice a week, I honestly believe is optimal. Jake Hinkley 2 says, what happened to your leg? Laughing face. Bro, I'm fucking crippled, it's not funny, right? This video is going to be much longer than I want it to be, especially now you asked me this question. And I said that I'd explain, and I will explain. Basically, when I was about 10 years old, I got very ill. I had something really wrong with my leg. Doctors had no idea what it was, and they don't know what caused it. So they think it can either be from a genetic thing, it's in my genes, or they think it could be from an injury where I fell out of a tree. If you imagine your veins and your circulatory system, you have almost like a second circulatory system that carries around this fluid, and that's called your lymphatic system, and that's kind of, imagine just like smaller veins, and it carries around this clear fluid called lymph fluid. Basically what I've done is I've damaged that, and it's something that's never going to repair, never going to get better by itself. So I've damaged the lymph vessels in my leg, which basically means that fluid can go into my leg fine, but when the fluid tries to leave my leg, it can't leave as well. So that means that my leg swells up if I'm standing stationary for too long. If I'm walking around, it's not too bad. So I can't actually stand up stationary for any longer than about 15 minutes because I'm so fucking crippled. Another thing that your lymphatic system is involved in is fighting infection. So by having it damaged, it means that I'm incredibly prone to getting an infection in my leg if I cut it. So I can't wear shorts really anywhere, I can't walk around in bare feet, probably why you never see me wearing shorts. I have to wear this fucking massive tie that goes from here to here every single day of my life for the rest of my life, unless they can't be cured. It's basically incurable. There's nothing they can do about it, so I just have to deal with it. You haven't heard much about it before because I kind of live with it. I'm so used to it. It's such a big part of my life that I just get on with it, and I don't mention it, I don't moan about it. So I kind of forgot to tell everyone, but yeah, that really affects my life, and it's kind of put a handicap on everything. I didn't actually want to study marine biology, which is what I'm doing now at university. I wanted to do medicine, but I couldn't do that because my leg was so fucked up. The other option for me would have been to go into the army or the Royal Marine Commandos or something like that. But again, I wouldn't have passed the medicals because my leg is so fucked up. Everything I do, every decision that I make is due to this fucked up leg. So in some ways it's good. Like I wouldn't be making this video now if I didn't have a fucked up leg. I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't have the drive. I wouldn't have the ambition, because literally I can't do any jobs where I'm standing up. And I'm not working in a fucking office, so I'm either gonna have to make it or I will be completely fucked. If I get a job where I'm standing up all day long or just standing up for a couple of hours, it will make me disabled. I'm literally gonna have to get rich, be successful, or fucking die trying, because I'm not getting a shitty job where I'm stood up and my health just goes down and down and down. The longer I'm stood in it, the more it swells up, basically. The whole reason I train, my primary focus other than aesthetics, is fitness, is improving your health, improving what you've got, making what you've got the best it can possibly be. What happened a few weeks ago when I was so fucking ill was I went out for 3 hours, we did a walk, like a 3-mile walk to my mate's house. We started walking, I started to feel this pain in my groin. I was like, oh right, what the hell is this? Like, it's real painful. Ignored it, we stayed out for a few hours. Then there's like these 2 girls, one was real drunk, the other wasn't quite so drunk. We're out like at a club. Me and Nathan were there, they're admiring the aesthetics. Look at that, look at it. And then one of them decided to pretend to fall over and then knocked the table over onto me. I don't actually know if it hit my leg because I was drunk, so I can't remember. But I woke up the next morning, man, and it felt like my ankle had been broken. And this is because of a condition in my leg. It swelled up fucking massively. It's disgusting. I couldn't bend it, I couldn't move it. And something else is going on in my leg. They don't know what it is yet, but I'm still going to the doctors investigating it and stuff like that. I wanted to die. I was in so much pain. I'm getting better slowly now. I tried to train legs today, didn't really happen, but hopefully I'll be able to train legs in a few weeks' time. This video is going to be so long. Best exercises to get the V-cut on your abs. Anything to do with legs, anything to do with leg raises, I find they really hit the lower portion of the abs. But the main thing to getting that V-cut is low body fat. So you're going to want to think about dieting, reducing your body fat, and then it will come through. Samo Yedirin, I can't see her name, sorry bro. Will you collaborate with me when I'm next in London? Yes, I don't actually live in London, but yeah, get in touch with me and we will train. How long does it take to see progress? Alright, if you're in a big calorie surplus, you never trained before, I'm gonna say you'll start to see progress within a month or two, a couple of weeks. Before you start training, take a picture and then look back at that picture and then compare it to how you look now. Then you will be able to see your progress. IIFYM or clean eating. IIFYM is basically if it fits your macros. So if you don't know what that is, what people do is say you could have a cake for breakfast and then you might just have plain chicken breast and plain vegetables for lunch, and that kind of balances out to a normal meal. And then clean eating might be let's say chicken and rice for lunch and then maybe oats and a protein shake for breakfast. So mix between the two. Sapillo216 asks, since when did you begin to go to the gym? Total of 5 years. First 2 years weren't proper training. I just went in there, trained biceps and abs 3 times a week. Didn't know any other muscle groups existed. I didn't train triceps until 2 years ago. 2 to 3 years has been proper training. About 2 years has been not proper training. So in total, about 5 years. Skinny Tommy Boy, would you recommend a large bulk surplus when you're 19 and very lean? What would you recommend for a young person to put on size? Okay, alright. By large bulk surplus, I assume you mean a large amount of calories above your maintenance calories. If you don't know, your maintenance calories are just the amount of calories that you need to maintain your current weight. And a large surplus would mean a lot of calories above that. I wouldn't really ever recommend a large surplus unless you had to gain a lot of weight in a lot of time, because the thing is, it's likely to be fat. If you're gaining an excessive amount of weight, a lot of it is going to be fat. Now, with the time I've been training, I'll just stick my calories, like 50, 100, 150, a couple of hundred above my maintenance, and then just try and slowly gain weight. I'd personally recommend trickling the calories in just above your maintenance calories. If you're one of those people that can't gain weight because you're skinny and you've never been able to gain weight, and you're thinking, oh no, I need to go in a massive calorie surplus, no, you're probably not even hitting your maintenance calories because you have such a fast metabolism, you're not actually getting there. There's a bit of confusion because you're not actually in a big surplus even though you're eating all those calories. You might be barely scraping a surplus and not even getting into it. I'd recommend a very, very small amount above your maintenance calories for lean gains, and then if you want to really put on some size quickly, go like 200, 300, 400 above it, but you're going to get fat as well. The best way to put on mass fast is to get fat as well, or steroids, but don't take steroids and you don't really want to go fat. But if you want to make lean gains, which isn't optimal to the amount of muscle that you can gain in a certain amount of time, then take things slow. Georgina Elias asks, why did you get into YouTube and recording? Well, I've always loved cameras, always loved videos, ever since I was a little kid really. When I was like 10 years old, I had this little video camera. The whole video and YouTube thing, the first thing I did on YouTube was actually make like surfing or sports videos. Then I started to make guitar videos and upload those. Search Mo and Ez Music, that's like my old account. When I got really ill, I saw all these like motivational transformation videos, and I saw all the comments people were posting about how inspired they were and how it kind of made them want to get up and go. And I was like, wow, one person has made all these people feel this. And then I was watching them when I was very ill, and I was like, man, these are fucking motivational. I want to do these. I want to motivate people the same way that these people have motivated me. So I basically recorded my progress from when I was really ill, dying in hospital, and got better and got better and got better, released the video, and then like the rest is history. That's pretty much everything you asked me, guys. If you want to get in touch with me, ask me any questions for future Q&As, are always going to be posted on Instagram first. Instagram, mosamuels fitness, and then Facebook, mosamuels. Like my page, don't add me as a friend. I'm kind of trying to keep, I've got so many friends on Facebook, I get so many friend requests. I'm trying to keep my personal Facebook closed to people that have actually met me. Like, if we've met and we've had a chat and we've had a good time, or we've trained together or something like that, and you have me as a friend, yeah, I'm perfectly happy accepting you. But if we've never met, if you haven't actually had that connection yet, then I'm not going to accept just because I don't really know you. But go ahead, like my page. That is the best way to get in touch with me. Facebook, Snapchat. Give me some feedback. Let me know the type of content that you want to see. Let me know what type of videos you want to see. Comment down below and I'll do it. I think that's everything, but if you made it to the end of this video, congratulations, because this was a long video and you did good.